Welcome to the practice today, yogis. Today is day 22 in the 30-day yoga series. Get on your mat. Have you ever felt a little low, stressed, or overwhelmed by whatever is on your plate? Well, before I found yoga, this happened to me all the time, and I was either angry or upset or walking around with my head down. But we have a choice. If you choose joy and happiness, you'll find a bit more positivity in your day and a different outcome. If that sounds good to you, then join me on the mat, roll your mat out, and let's begin. Today's practice is a 30-minute yoga flow, getting into the entire body, a nice full body experience. So we'll start today sitting in Sukhasana. Cross your legs. You can place one foot in front of the other. You're welcome to sit on a block, a pillow if you'd like. Place the hands on the knees facing down, close the eyes, and let's begin our practice. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, inhale. Exhale, breathe out of the mouth. Breathing in and breathing out. Reach the arms out and overhead, starting to find your ujjayi breath. Let the tongue rest on the roof of the mouth and find an even flow in and out through the mouth. Find an even breath in and out through the nose. Tuning into our affirmation for the practice today. I choose joy and happiness no matter the circumstances that I'm facing. I choose joy and happiness no matter the circumstances. You can release the hands, let the eyes start to open, and we'll come up onto the hands and knees into downward facing dog. I have my 2 blocks today. You're welcome to use yours. Have a little bend in the knees, press down through the hands and up through the sit bones. Start to ground down into the earth. Begin to move inwards. And we'll start the practice by rolling forwards, up on the tippy toes, round the back, low back, middle back, into plank pose. Draw the belly in. Let the shoulders move away from the ears. Just feel your body. Bend the knees, lift the sit bones, and we'll come into this wave-like position. Roll forwards again into plank pose. So we start to strengthen the body. Notice when the pose becomes challenging. If your mind is telling you to get out of the pose, try to stay in it for another breath. Bend the knees, press back again. And one more time, roll forwards, come into that plank pose. And from here, we'll step forwards to the top of the mat, coming into Uttanasana. You can bring the hands to the blocks. Inhale, half lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's stay here in a forward fold now. You can bring the hands to the elbows. Breathe out through the mouth. Start to let go of any negative thoughts, negative internal dialogue. One more breath and release the hands. Rise up halfway, bring the hands to the hips and come all the way to stand. Release the arms by the sides. Inhale, reach the arms up. Bring kindness into the body. Exhale and fold forwards, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift. Exhale and fold. Left foot steps back for low lunge. Reach the arms up and overhead, starting to warm the body up. Exhale and press back to down dog. Come forwards into plank pose. Bend the knees, lower down slowly. Come into cobra pose. Exhale, fold to the earth. Again, cobra pose. Starting to open the heart to love. Exhaling one more time, breathing in. Press back, downward facing dog. This is a stronger flow today. Lift the left leg back and up. Step the foot down between the hands. Low lunge, inhale. Exhale, release the hands down. Step forwards, fold over the thighs. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, back down to the earth, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift to compassion. Exhale and fold, right foot steps back. Low lunge, breathing in. Take an extra breath if you need to, and out. Left foot steps back for down dog. Come forwards into plank pose. Descend down, use the knees. Honor yourself. Inhale, love. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Right leg reaches back and up. Right foot between the hands, low lunge. Inhale. Exhale, release, step forwards. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Close your eyes here. Take a couple of moments to gaze inwards. Choose positive emotions, kindness, compassion, forgiveness, love, tranquility, and humor. Reach the arms up and overhead. Exhale and fold, Uttanasana. Step your left foot back. We'll come into crescent lunge. Press down into your feet and begin to bring the hands up onto the hips. Let's take 5 breaths. You can keep the hands right here on the hips and start to reach the arms forwards and up if you'd like to go a little further into the pose. And exhale, bow forwards and honor yourself. Let's turn the back foot out, starting to come into side angle pose. Parsvakonasana. Place the right hand on the block, left hand to the left shoulder, and start to stack the shoulders. Left shoulder on top of right shoulder. Follow your gaze up to your top shoulder, lean back. Open up to positive thoughts. Open up to love. Gratitude. Exhale, release the hand down, and we'll come back into plank pose. Exhale and lower for chaturanga. Remember to lower the knees if you need to. Inhale, up dog. Press back to down dog. And from here, we'll come into dolphin pose. So lower your knees. Bring the forearms down to the ground and interlace the fingers. The head stays off the ground. Look down at your knees and start to lift the knees off the ground. Walking the feet a little closer in, you can widen your stance. Press down into the forearms and lift the sitting bones. Turning on those chest muscles to support you on your positive thoughts. On choosing happiness. Lower the knees down. Reach the arms back out in front of you. Walk your feet forwards into forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, half lift, and exhale, fold. Let's stay here for 3 breaths. Hands to the elbows. Release the hands to the shins, half lift. Exhale, fold all the way. Reach the arms out and come all the way up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands to the heart. Let's move to the second side. Inhale. Exhale and fold for crescent lunge. Right foot will step back. So the back knee can be a little bent here. When you're ready, lift the chest, turn on those leg muscles, take the arm bones back and the elbows back, sit a little deeper, lift the pubic bone and the navel and the heart, reach the arms up, feel the chest expand, compassion, cheerfulness, and tranquility. One more breath. Exhale, release the hands, turn the back foot out for Parsvakonasana. Now don't forget, you can bring the hand to the inside of the foot. You could also rest the forearm onto the thigh or keeping it down on the block. Take the right hand up to the hip or the shoulder and start to turn the belly out to the side. Soften your jaw. Feel the left sitting bone moving towards the left heel. Maybe gazing up. Maybe taking that back arm down and forwards. Rolling the heart open. Feeling your strength and release down. Hands come down to the mat for plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Cobra if you choose. And down to downward facing dog. Lower to the knees, and we'll come into that dolphin pose again. So left forearm, right forearm, the hands come together. You can keep the hands just touching instead of interlacing the hands. Begin to lift off the knees, walk your feet in a little wider, press the chest back towards the thighs. Spread the toes, keep the head lifted. Use the chest muscles. So we find different areas in the body to strengthen, to focus on love and compassion and gratitude, instead of those negative thoughts that weaken us. One more breath and release the knees down. So we'll take a child's pose here. Rest the hands under the forehead. Give yourself a moment to feel any shifts and changes. Let yourself surrender and start to reach your hands forwards, and we'll take a downward facing dog, lifting up the sitting bones. You can step your right foot between your hands for warrior two. Left arm back, right arm forwards. Reach that back arm a little further back. Turn the front palm up for reverse warrior, looking down at the back leg. Inhale, come into a triangle-shaped position, moving into triangle pose. Right hand reaches forwards. I love to use the block, so feel free to do so. Lift that left shoulder skyward, maybe gaze upward. Keep the back legs strong, the front legs strong. Release the hands down. So step the back foot in now, about 1 foot to 2 feet. Rising up halfway. I'm going to take the left hand on the inside of the left foot if you're new to revolved triangle. Get nice and long from the sacrum to the top of the head. And over time, you can move the left hand to the outside of the right foot. Take an exhalation and turn from your center. So we're not cranking the spine around, more thinking more about releasing and letting go of those negative patterns. Maybe stretch the arm up. Whoops, lost my balance out here. The tree's blowing. One more breath. And release the hand down. So we'll bend the front knee, step back to downward facing dog. If you've been doing the 30-day challenge with me, we've moved in many different ways on the mat, so you can always move in a way that you prefer over what I might be doing. Step your left foot forwards, turn the back foot out, warrior two. I'm hoping that the rain holds off. It's a stormy day here, or afternoon. Stretch your arms out in opposite directions. positive thoughts, open heart, compassionate hands, tranquil space, reverse warrior. You might look down at your back foot. Come back up, shifting into triangle pose. Get nice and long. Think about touching the wall in front of you or the horizon. And you can start with the hand on the inside of the foot, then bring it to the outside. Use your legs. Use your past experiences. I remember being the miserable person standing in line to get my food, getting all bent out of shape for whatever reason. We choose to be patient. We choose to be joyful. Release the right hand down. We'll step the back foot forwards now, about 2 feet. If you're tall, a little bit wider. Left hand to your sacrum. So here's a tip. This side for me is much tighter. You can bend your standing leg as much as you need to. Pull that left hip back. Get nice and long from the tailbone to the top of the head. Right? You want to make sure the left sitting bone isn't swinging out. Pull it back to the midline. And then start to twist from within. Now, releasing the left hand down, step back one more time to downward facing dog. And from here, you can lower down onto your knees. We'll step the right foot forwards now, getting into the hamstrings a little bit. Use your blocks. Walk your front foot forwards, and then curl the toes back. Tuck your back toes under and walk your back foot back. And just find the spot where you can pause for about 3 breaths. Press your back foot down and forwards. Pull your front heel down and back. Open your heart space as you release and let go of your fears. Our fears hold us back from being kind and compassionate. Our past experiences. Now, there's no easy way to exit the pose. What I like to do is take my right hand on the inside, rebend my leg, and bring it back behind. And we'll transition right to the second side. The left foot will walk forwards. Curl the left toes back. Use the back toes to walk your back foot back. We must use our strength to control the mind. Curl the pinky toes back. Lift the heart. Open up the chest. Soften the hamstrings. Sometimes we get trapped in just patterns. It's just a matter of getting out of that pattern. A gratitude journal is excellent. Setting an intention for the morning and sticking with it as you move through your day. That's why these practices here are so important, because you can take the affirmation and bring it into the rest of your day. Ready to come out? Bring the left hand on the inside. Bring the left leg back. Bring the hands out in front. Up onto the hands and knees, and back to downward facing dog. Just 3 breaths. Lower down and bring your legs around to the front. Happiness is an inside job. Here's a great story for you as we come into Ardha Matsyendrasana. Right leg comes over the top of the left. You can keep the left leg straight or you can bring it back. Try to keep both sit bones down on the ground. Wrap the left arm around the thigh and bring the right hand behind. Take a nice long breath in and then exhale and twist into the pose. I was parked in my car at a gas station one time, and a man was walking across to go pay, and he was very miserable and low and sad. His head was down, his shoulders were hunched forwards, his upper back was rounded, but our eyes met. His eyes looked at my eyes, And he stopped where he was, right in his foot, lifted his head, came over to the car, and he said, "Thank you so much. Your smile has brought me to happiness." So sometimes it just takes looking at somebody, showing them that happiness is a choice, and that person may choose to be happy. Let's unravel, turn the other direction. Bring our legs out to the front. Let's take the second side, wrap the left leg. Try to keep the big toe down on the ground. I'll do this side with my legs straight. Bring the arm, right elbow into the left outer thigh. So try to keep the knee and the sternum in one line. Left hand can come behind. And twisting, exhale. Thank you for your smile. You made my day. I hope it helped him choose happiness. Now, of course, there's times to be sad and upset. Bring your legs out to the front, and we'll come down onto our back. Use your elbows to come on down. We're going to come into Setu Bandhasana, bridge pose. Bend your legs, bring your hands to your heels. If you're new to this practice, take your hands to the edges of the mat. Never turn your head in this pose. Keep your chin slightly lifted so there's a space under your neck and your feet about hips distance apart. Tuck the outer shoulder under. Take a breath in and lifting up. Inhale. Your eyes can be looking down towards the chest. You might see it rise and fall. One more breath and release. Exhale. You can cross the right leg over the left. Walk your left foot over to the right and take a gentle twist. You might open that right arm up. Close the eyes. Our negative thoughts weaken us. What is it that you would like to come into fruition in your life? Is it meeting that special partner? Come back to the second side. Unravel your right leg. Move your hips over to the left leg over top of the right. And let your legs fall over to the right. Left arm might open up. Is it finding a new place to live? Maybe it's becoming healthier or more fit, having a child, whatever it might be. When we're positive and we create the thoughts that we wish for, they will all come to us. Bring your hips to the middle, lift the sit bones, let your feet come out. We'll come into Savasana. Close the eyes. I love having the class with the rain off in the distance. It reminds me of rinsing away what no longer serves us. It's an inside job. It takes hard work, commitment, and consistent practice to choose happiness. Let your breath fade away. Let your body get heavy. And for the next few minutes, allow your eyes to drift into your space within, your heart space, your space of love and compassion, courage, strength to be positive, patience, and tranquility. And start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, wrist and your ankles. Reach your arms up and overhead, big toes to touch. Bring your knees into the chest, give yourself a hug. Remember to start from where you are each day, each moment of the day. Roll onto your side. Notice how you feel at this moment. Has anything changed mentally, emotionally, physically, or spiritually? Use your hands, push yourself up. Return to an easy seat. Bring your hands to your heart space. Regardless of your circumstances, you have a choice. May you find the inner strength and courage to choose joy and happiness no matter what is going on in your life. Let's bow our heads to our heart. Honor yourself. Can come back to your intention, your affirmation. May I find joy and happiness no matter the circumstance. Remind yourself that you are love, you are compassion, you are kindness and joy, tranquility and cheerfulness. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining the practice today. I hope that the rest of your day is shining bright, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 23 in the 30-day yoga series. Don't forget, if you haven't done so already, to subscribe to the channel right here, and go ahead and head back to day number 1 if you haven't started from the beginning of the series.